let's move on to the coronavirus pandemic.
Here are the latest numbers of coronavirus cases in the state and in South Florida. Cases in the state have jumped by nearly 4,000 just since yesterday. We now approach the 90,000 mark statewide. According to the Florida Department of Health, there are now 89,748 cases in the state. That's up 3,823 in the past 24 hours. 43 additional deaths have been recorded here in Florida. Since yesterday in Miami-Dade County, there have been an additional 522 cases, 337 new ones recorded in Broward, and another 4 in Monroe County.
And those rising numbers prompting a visit from Governor Ron Desantis to South Florida.
He spoke about the surge in cases at FIU earlier today. CBS 4's Joe Murray is live in Aventura with the details on the governor's appearance. Joan.
Well, as people head out for the Father's Day weekend, Miami-Dade County officials are putting everybody on notice that they will have people out checking that people are following the rules. The governor did acknowledge the spike in coronavirus cases today, but he says there is no cause for alarm because it is hitting people who are much younger and not likely to require hospitalization.
I think the people of Florida in particular, they want to do the right thing, but they don't want to have their chain jerked.
Governor Ron Desantis taking a deep dive into the troubling rise in coronavirus cases statewide during a discussion at Florida International University.
A lot of the people who are testing positive now are not symptomatic. Or last week, the median age of all the positive tests in the state of Florida was 37. Median age of positive tests is this in the following counties. Broward County, median age is down to 33. Dade County, median age of 41, and Palm Beach, median age of 40.
And that's why Miami-Dade's mayor says they are cracking down on establishments and people who are not following the safety rules.
Make sure that people keep their social distance, wear masks while they're indoors, follow the rules, and we're going to do this with our police officers and code enforcement personnel.
The governor said more people are getting tested. He has said some of the spike is due to clusters in farm workers testing positive. That's been disputed by the ag commissioner. The governor said there is no shortage of hospital beds. South Florida hospital heads agree.
We have 150 COVID patients, of which 45 of them are in intensive care beds. I will tell you that both in the med surg as well as the intensive care, if we were to double that number, we would still have additional beds available.
Since most of the COVID deaths in Florida are in people over 65, the governor says he is still emphasizing protecting those in assisted living facilities.
Requiring testing at least every 2 weeks of all staff in long-term care facilities in the state of Florida, and that will help us prevent the introduction of the virus into these facilities. Many of them have done a good job of that, but when you have asymptomatic spread, you need to continue to do that.
And the governor said he expects the median age of positive cases in Florida to keep going down. Again, no plan for any rollback on lifting restrictions. In Aventura tonight, Joan Murray, CBS 4 News.